So what is masculinity and femininity? I need help with this. Sure. So if you have time, we can deep dive. But the short answer is masculinity is traits or attributes that we as humans observe to be characteristic of boys and men. Femininity is the exact same, but girls and women. When we as people say, oh, this is something that mostly boys do or mostly men do, that becomes masculinity. Such as growing a beard. We consider that a masculine characteristic because that's something mostly men do. Or wearing nail polish. We consider that feminine because we notice that mostly women do that. Now there's two parts where we mess this up and it causes a lot of confusion and a lot of toxicity. The first is that we treat these as if they're objective or like requirements or as if they're set in stone in some way. So we say, these are things that mostly men do. If you are a man, you need to do these things, which is a terrible flow in logic. And in that same vein, if we see a man doing something that we consider feminine, like painting their nails, for example, we say, painting nails is a feminine thing. That is a woman thing. So if you paint your nails, that means you are like woman and you're not supposed to be like woman. You're supposed to be like man. So that's the first thing we get wrong is we treat these like they're rules that we're supposed to enforce. The second thing we get wrong is that the traits that we think of as masculinity or femininity, we think that they came first and then we as people are supposed to follow those traits. That's not the case and it's never been the case. The trend of a characteristic comes first. We see a bunch of people doing a thing, and based on the gender of those people, we decide whether or not that thing is masculine or feminine. And that's why the things we consider masculine or feminine change over time. Thongs, skirts, wigs, heels, all used to be masculine because mostly men wore those things. Teaching used to be masculine because most teachers were men. Stockings, lace, ballet, all masculine because mostly men did those things. As more women start to participate in these things, men start to see them as being more feminine, and so they stopped wanting to do them. Because once again, if it's feminine, we're not supposed to do it. Now, we can talk about why men think woman equal bad, don't be like woman, but I've already made those videos. They'll be in my patriarchy playlist. The trend comes first, and then we decide on if it's masculine or feminine based on who's mostly doing it. So the longer answer is that masculinity and femininity are socially constructed ideas that we as people make up in an attempt to categorize different traits, characteristics, and behaviors as being primarily done by men or primarily done by women. And because that's what masculinity and femininity is, your idea of masculinity is going to differ from mine. And that's how you get stupid shit like ordering dessert is a feminine trait or women who have successful careers are masculine, stuff like that. It's all made up. Does that answer your question?